Welcome back to Point of View. We've been talking about books and reading and the importance of starting to learn to read from a very young age. Our effervescent roving reporter, Izabell Druma, was out and about in Port Moresby this week to find out what people out there have to say.
So my favorite books were Asterix and Obelix, which was written by a French author. I went around Moresby to ask people what they thought about books. So let's go take a look. Now you said reading more book too?
No, book tampu, Bible book tampu, that's all me place about reading.
Yeah, I'm plus I read it.
Yeah, one time if me feel like.
My favorite book is of course the Bible, but there's one particular one that's I have been reading. I've loaned it to somebody else. It's the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss.
Yeah, me reading newspaper and Bible stories.
Yeah, me reading book of Pisinta, so English hard Greek.
Yeah, me reading planet them newspaper and all one on a book number, any books.
Now you said any more picking any blue or reading more book or big man?
Islam or is about reading?
Yes, me plus I like him all reading books na so him all pictures.
Yes, me reading talk longer and reading more story books.
Look, opening mind blow lo education side.
I want my child to grow to have good education. Yeah.
Anything was something I'm starting them all mama and papa yet. I will so on the beginning discipline I'm sakaminche house line so I'm starting the mama and papa yet on beginning.
Yes, people need to learn to read and write in their own languages or other languages like English.
Okay, now you plus reading more book too, lo school?
No, I'm not reading.
You not read, huh? Why? Mommy na daddy blues and all I need.
Yep.
So I like him all read the books because picking all by lining good blog, feature live blog.
Pina mana? Na best friend na. Da tukla. Pasa me gana something. Da tukla never. Na sem plasa. Game of plasa abri am la be.
Okay.
Then game of on la. But sana time plasa challenge Call of Duty.
One of my favorite book too long big man.
Yeah, book of big man.
Na newspaper too, so talk piece newspaper you started reading too.
Yeah, long list to have of me reading Pisinta.
Na lo newspaper one of my favorite art blue reading.
I'm lol. Dead notification show level, die line show me like looking.
You start look out lo this.
Yes, okay.
You start reading more book, big man too or anything?
Reading talk pigeon Bible song.
People must never forget that they have to read books, otherwise they will not actually comprehend written language either from newspapers or books or such. Or if they had to do an assignment, they will get the words mixed up. And I've seen a lot of that in Facebook, where the spoken language is different from the written language.
Okay. And do you think kids get a little bit lazy with their languages, like slangs, adding slangs to pidgin? As from what we've observed, kids today are not speaking the pidgin that it was back then, or the English it was back then. It's different now. What do you think about that?
Yes, that is true. Even some graduates.
Well, certainly a lot of interesting and diverse perspectives there. And Izabell joins us now on the set of Point of View. Izzy, welcome into the studio. Just how was that out there? Tell us a little bit about the experience of going out there and speaking to people about reading.
Yeah, it was interesting, especially when we went out to the markets. We went up to interview 2 kids, and all these people just gathered around and they were like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? When I asked them the questions, they're like, oh, this is weird. Why is she asking questions like this? So I asked some of the kids, and it was really interesting to see that these 2 kids didn't know how to read. I asked them if they knew, and they said they didn't. And I brought them back from whatever they were doing. They were playing cards. So they knew how to play cards. They didn't know how to read, which I found was really interesting. So,
yeah. What do you make of that, Leanne?
Interestingly, children, as we mentioned earlier, they learn very quickly. So if they've observed, adults sitting around playing cards, for example, sometimes bingo in some settlements or even in the neighborhood, they tend to pick it up or work out what the concept is very quickly. So that would explain the children there. So, and also what stimulates them, what's fun for them. So to them, they wouldn't realize that they're actually learning numbers and they've learned something. But actually, because it's fun for them. And for us, we're like what you noticed out there.
So if books were as readily available as cards are, then one would assume that there'd be a lot more kids learning English as well as learning to count as they get from cards.
Exactly. I went around asking some parents as well, how often do you read to your kids? And they said they read every day. When I asked these two kids, who reads to you? They said nobody reads to them. They'd rather spend more time playing cards or in social peer pressure things like playing cards or doing stuff like selling on the street, getting some money and stuff like that. They'd rather do that instead of going at home and their parents reading to them.
Yeah.
They don't spend as much time, parents don't spend as much time with them as they, should be. Yeah.
So reading the Bible was another interesting thing that came up in that, Has that been something that you guys have had an experience with?
Yeah, I've experienced it. I actually learned how to read full on, reading the Bible. My grandfather was a missionary and 3 of my years in school was spent in the village. So I learned to reading the Bible because that was the only book in the house at the time.
Okay. Yeah, time to take a quick break. And here's some food for thought, some kai kai blong ting ting for you. Early childhood has a better return on investment than the stock market. So yes, we have the upfront cost of early childhood education, but studies in the US show that early childhood education is one of the best investments we can make. The estimated return on investment for high quality early childhood education is 10%. In comparison, the average return on investment in the stock market is 7.2%.